Alright, I know I'm going to be able to get this on YouTube, but I'm going to see if I can get this on Instagram too. Wanted to offer you a little bit of help on your homework just because I know it was our first day that we did this and it went a little quick. So here we can see that we're dealing with a tip. And as soon as we know that we're dealing with a tip, we know that we're going to add. So it's the tip and it's 15%. So again, we're always looking to see what question are we asking. And here, how much did they pay the server altogether? I know that's what it's asking, but we need to reword that. And what it needs to be is, what is 15% of $42.95? So again, we're going to set it, our is over of equals percent over 100. And it's easy enough to deal with our percent. So let's add in our 15%. And now we need to decide, is that the part of the whole? Well, because we're going to add to it, we know it's the part. So, sorry, it's the whole thing that we paid. We need to find a little bit more. So it's our of. Because again, we're asking, what is 15% of $42.95? So I'm going to put my $42.95 down here. Let me make my decimal a little more clear. Well, that's very clear. And we have x up here. So then when we cross multiply, we're left with 100x is equal to whatever 15 times 42.95 is. And that's 644.25. When we divide both sides by 100, we move it back 2 spaces, and we're left with 644. And yes, I know there's a 2.5 there, but when we're dealing with money, we would just have to look to see, does this 2 round the cents up? And it doesn't, so it stays 644. Now, the temptation here is to pick the 644 here, but that's not what it's asking. It's asking how much did they pay all together. So because we want to pay something all together, we have one last step, and we need to add it together. So we need to add our total bill, so $42.95, plus our $644, and we get $49.39. So that's our answer. Looking at the next type of problem. Here we're dealing with sales tax. So again, because it's tax, we need to add on. So again, the question we want to find is, what is 6% of 28? So we have our is over of 6% of 28. And it's x. So just like last time, when we cross multiply, we have 100x is equal to 6 times 28, which is 168. Divide both sides by 100. And we move the decimal 2. So we have, went back one. So we have 1.68, or $1.68. Again, it's not asking what the sales tax is, so that is not our answer. It wants to know what is the cost in total. So we have to take our $28 and add our $1.68 tax, and we get $29.68. One more for you. This one is a bit backwards. So here it says that she makes 24% of her daily salary in tips, receiving $28. What is her daily salary? This goes back to our lesson a couple ago where it's just a straight is over of question. We need to decide, is this $28 the amount of tips or the amount that she gets in all? Because when we do is over of, or part over whole, the 100% represents the whole thing. And we know 24% goes here because our percent always goes above 100. Well, it says that the $28 are the tips. So it's only the 24%. So that 28 represents the 24%. They're the same. So they go in the same spot. So here it's the is. Again, cross multiply, 24x equals 2800. Divide both sides by the 24 because that's what's in front of the x. And when we do 2800 divided by 24, we are left with, your calculator is going to look like this. 0.666, and then a 7. Again, remember, this is the calculator's way of saying that it's 0.6 repeating, but it can't show it. But when we deal with money, especially when it comes with how much she makes, we can't have a 0.6 repeating. So fortunately, they eliminated all the ones that aren't even close. But here, we're going to look here to round up the cents and make that 67. So it's $116.67. That's it. Hopefully this answered any questions you have, plus it gave you the answer to a few of your homework problems. Good luck. I'll see you tomorrow.